Week coming to an end this week. And thank you for joining me. If you did, if you didn't, you're missing out. How can you be missing out? Come on. Of course, you're not even going to see this. But here we go. On the 1% week, we've had a really interesting week, I think, because we've talked about the 1% rule, and I've offered you my 1% cheat sheet, which has got over 51% you could be looking at. And just remember, if you did one a week, you'd have 52% improvement. Now, I'm not saying all of them will work, because by definition, when you do a 1%, you're doing your best to improve it by 1%. That doesn't mean every single one will improve. But if a quarter of them improve, that's 12%. If half of them improve, that's 25%. So it's worth a go, right? So on the end of the week, what I want to just come to you with is remember to think about your 1%. So as you go into the weekend, what could be your 1% this weekend? As I said, if you request the 1% cheat sheet, I've got over 51% things you could look at improving in your business. And my contention is it's much easier to improve things by 1% than it is to improve one thing by 30%. It's what the British cycling team did sort of a decade ago, and they cleaned up in the medals and in 2008, and they cleaned up again in 2012. So the stuff works not because it's cycling, but because improving things by 1%. When you're surrounded by people who are doing the best as well, if you can get 1% better. That reminds me, one of my mentors used to say, if you get 1% better 100 things, your competition won't be able to follow you because they won't be able to spot the 100 things. But if you get 1% better, if you get 100% better at one thing, almost certainly your competitors will spot it and copy it, and then you've lost the 100% better at one thing advantage. So for several reasons, the 1% thing works. I bang on about it. I don't apologize for it. It's one of the things we track with our clients. It doesn't have to be 1%. People can go for 5% or 10%. The key thing is go for small incremental improvements and it will improve. It just can't. When you put that much focus and that much attention onto improving something, it can't. And that brings me on to your goals set in January. We're coming up to the time where goals begin to wane. I don't know if yours has already begun to wane, but goals begin to wane because we've now gone past the euphoria of January. We're now coming up to February, and it's all looking a bit weary, and we are still in lockdown, all that sort of stuff, right? Lots of things can get in the way. Just life can get in the way. And so my request for you, my wish for you, is that you rekindle the euphoria, the enthusiasm of January, if you've lost it, and bring it back, and let's go into February strong. Let's go into February with that renewed vigor, because we need that energy to improve our business. I'm going to be with you all through February and March and April and December, and I'm committed to helping more businesses this year. I'm committed to stepping up and adding value. And if I can get you today to dust off those goals from January, rekindle them, fire them up, list them down on the board behind me. My goals are listed. You can't see it, it's a bit small, but my goals are on there. And also my tasks for next week. The two yellow post-its, the bright yellow post-its, are my two key tasks for next week. Now, I only intend doing one at a time. It's only if I get one done will I do the second one. So maybe it's something that will work for you. For me, a physical board works much better. And I used to have a physical piece of paper before I had the board behind me. Now I have the board, I use that. But I used to have a mat in front of me, basically a sheet of A4 laminated with my goals on it. And I used to stick my tasks for the next week or month on that. And so my goals never went away, but my tasks, kept getting fresh. And I could do a new one every month. If I changed something, if I wanted to increase my goals because I was achieving them, or tame them down because they were just too much and I was losing motivation, then I would redo the whole lot. So that is it for today. I'm going into the weekend feeling really good. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling like I've accomplished a lot, and I hope you have too. The month is coming to an end. We start next week in February. Let's go. All right, this is Gordon wishing you well. Bye bye.